All right. Well, welcome everyone to our LiveFULLy call tonight. Thank you for jumping on here tonight and participating. I have so been looking forward to this call for weeks. So tonight we have Laura Hyman that is going to be hosting our call and answering some questions from me and from all of you, hopefully. And if you don't know Laura, she is one of the 2017 IsaBody Challenge finalists, which is like crazy. And I'm just so excited to hear all of the good little nuggets that you have for us as far as, how that journey went for you. And definitely have some questions that probably are on other people's minds as well. But, before we get into it, Laura, I just wanted to thank you so much for your participation in the LiveFULLy group. When we kind of kicked this thing off, the vision really was to provide a safe place, a safe community for people to come who struggle with obesity. And, some people in the group have had bariatric surgery. Some are considering it. I had gastric bypass in 2010, lost 100 pounds, gained half of it back, found Isagenix, lost it again. And so we've got a lot of different people within the group. Some people who are using Isagenix and have amazing success stories like you and your husband. And then others who are just kind of checking things out, and that may be here just for support. But I really, one, just wanted to thank you so much for all of your participation and activity within the group. You post every day, nonstop. I mean, throughout that, I'm like, man, she is just like a posting fool. But the inspiration is such a gigantic part of this weight loss journey. Just keeping, your mindset positive and your thoughts positive, and you and Myron both are just so incredible at doing that. So thank you so much for your participation. And when I asked you to really be, a leader within this group, you didn't hesitate. So I'm just really grateful for you. And I guess without further ado, I want to hand it over to you. And first, just kind of have you give us some background on, tell us about what your life was like, before this weight loss journey kind of got off and running, and really what led you to making that decision, if it was kind of like a defining moment or something you had been thinking about for a while. But give us a little bit of back history prior to the new you.
Okay. Well, before Isagenix, I was depleted. I had taken care of everybody but myself. I took care of my mother-in-law, Myron's mom, for 4 years. I home cared her. Took care of my mother until the end of her life. I raised 3 beautiful girls, and they're all almost married. I got the last one getting married in November. And I have grandchildren, and Myron worked in the movie industry for over 30 years. And you're pretty much a single parent at that point, because the hours that he had to put in so that we could so I could stay home and watch our kids was amazing. When I turned, my mother passed at 70, and about a year after that was the turning point. I want to be here for my kids and my grandkids. And Myron and I both knew we had to do something. We weren't sure what. We went to our insurance company. We went to our doctors. We checked everything you could think, Medifast, anything we could think of, we checked into. And we saw some friends of ours on Facebook getting real happy and posting like crazy. And Justin and Nikki Holdsworth, and Myron had worked with Justin. We've known Justin since he was 18. He's worked in the movie industry with my husband. And we said no when we called him. And then we knew we had to figure it out. It took us about 2 months, 3 months. And we decided we needed to dig into our savings of our retirement. We both had been forced into retirement early because of medical reasons. Myron has a full ankle replacement. He worked bone on bone for over 25 years from a motorcycle injury that they wouldn't fix his ankle when he was young. They waited till he got older. I did nails for 35 years, taking care of my kids. I ended up with rheumatoid arthritis. I couldn't work anymore. It hurt. My body hurt. It hurt to be in it. We sat at a concert one night and I said, what are we waiting for? It was right before the holidays. And that's when everybody goes, I'll wait till after this. I'll wait till after this, which we had been doing for years. We'll wait until this is over. But we decided to jump. And we jumped into IsaGenics and bought 4 packs, for 2 of our daughters and for us. And we just kept doing it. We kept doing a 30-day and a 30-day. I couldn't believe how good I felt in the first week. I felt really awake. Both of us, within the first month, we had gone to our first event by ourselves. We went to a ISA university. And I heard an incredible leader say just something that probably didn't mean anything to anybody else, but it did to me. Quit letting them live rent-free in your head. I had an apartment building full of people in my head that I thought I was protecting myself by keeping weight on. I had been sexually abused as a child. That person never left my life. And I figured I'm going to stay safe. I'm going to stay fat. Well, that didn't work. That person stayed until my mother passed. It was her husband. Okay. And it was when all of that left, when my mom was gone and I didn't have anybody to protect anymore with that story, going to IsaGenics and then going to that event and hearing those words, I started evicting people from my head. And it was amazing because at the end of that weekend, 1,600 people helped me evict people from my head. And I've never looked back. I put those posts up every single day, Chris, because I got so much inspiration from everybody in this community that I feel like I got to give back. And there are days I think, I'm really going to irritate people by doing this every day. And then I'll have that one person say, thank you. I needed to hear that. So that's why I post. And Myron and I, we post our before and afters. We're not huge on posting everybody else's. I think it's for us. We held ourselves accountable by putting those pictures out. The IsaBody, that community has supported. I've never seen anything like it. Anything. I mean, the fact that you sign up, you get $200 in food at the end of 16 weeks. When you're looking at over 100 pounds to lose, $600 a year, you're going to sign up and you're going to keep doing it. You get a cool t-shirt. The community supported Myron and I so much. I put that story I just told you out there on Facebook with my bathing suit before and after, probably 6 months in. I got over 1,000 people cheering me on, giving me love and support I never even knew was possible. And they're my family. Last year, Myron got a random draw for the Costa Rica trip. And Alvie Shepherd, our grand champion, he's on our team. I watched him decide to do this. And he decided he was going to win it. And being a part of that, watching him do that, he gave me belief. I have never believed in anything so much than the day last year at Celebration when they announced Alvie Shepherd was the champion, because we knew it. With every fiber in our being, we knew he was going to do it. And going away with every one of them on that trip, Myron and I came back with a whole new outlook on IsaBody challenge. It wasn't just for the food. It wasn't just for the t-shirt anymore. It was for us. It was, we got a trainer. We started weightlifting. God, we felt so good. We felt so empowered being with, I watched all of them work so hard to get where they were and be rewarded for what they did. And they all opened their arms to us. We were honorable mentions, you know? It felt kind of weird being there at first. But by the end of that trip, I became an ISA mom. I became a ISA parents to half of those kids that were on that trip. And they call me daily. They text me. I lost a lot of family when I lost my mom because the family didn't want to hear what happened to me. They didn't want to accept it. And I lost a lot. And I love family. So IsaGenics became a family tree for me. And IsaBody, wow. Whatever IsaGenics tells us to do, Myron and I do it, because 112 pounds later, I have a life now. I never had one. I took care of everybody but me. So IsaBody showed me I'm worth being taken care of. And I can't tell you all enough. Sign up for it. You're worth it. Everybody is worth it. And we all get to feel absolutely incredible. And then we get to tell all of our friends and family about it. There's no better gift in this world than to know the friendships I've made are going to never go away. Never. When you got Jill Birth calling you up and telling you, get off your ass, girl, and get going. When you need it. You know, it's a family. And we are so blessed that we all get to be branches on this tree. And that, man, is this tree growing. Just in the 2 years I've been in this company, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like this. I still pinch myself and go, is this really real? Myron and I look at all of these pictures of ourselves and just can't even imagine that it feels like an eternity ago. And it was less than 2 years. And I can't stop telling people about it. You know, it's just amazing what's happened with this IsaBody finalist. Whew, I can't even believe it. You know, what we've learned to just see it, feel it, believe it, and you'll achieve it.
So amazing. I share your sentiments on just how incredible the company is and what it can do, you know, not just for your body, but for your entire life. And I see this is going to be a very emotional call. Between, I'm like, oh, here we go. But that's okay. What I wondered as you were talking and having also, you know, gone through a transformation of over 100 pounds, you know, for me, especially in this past celebration, seeing people walk across the stage in the 100-pound club, and you know, just knowing when I had my gastric bypass surgery, I hadn't heard about IsaGenics yet. And so I thought that was kind of like the last resort, because, you know, I was shaking my head earlier when you mentioned Medifast and, you know, trying all these different things that didn't work or worked for a time. And then, you know, you just gain more back, but nothing that was solid. But I underwent a really significant identity crisis. having been overweight for so long, for so much of my adult life, and then, pretty quickly, losing all this weight and just, having the comments from people and, looking back later at photos saying like, I can't believe, that's where I came from, because I had kind of associated who I was, as far as, my spirit with that body. And it was difficult for me to kind of, it took a lot of personal development to really kind of go into those dark places that caused me to overeat, to the point that I was, 100 pounds overweight. Did you run into any of that on your journey, and kind of even now, looking back on it, and as far as kind of like that identity thing that you go through, like, well, who am I now, or along the way?
About a month and a half into when we started this, I've been doing therapy and stuff for many years. I never got through it. Never got through losing, letting go. Healthy Mind and Body came out, and I was blessed to meet Rod Hairston at a couple events during the time I was on Healthy Mind and Body. And that gave me a new way to think. It taught me how to change the way I thought. It taught me how to change my habits, how to recognize when I was falling into that little hole again, and to know, wait a minute, I'm here. I get to get back out. And I've done Healthy Mind and Body, both of us, 3 times. I've done a lot of the training with Healthy Mind and Body. Self-development, you're never done. You're never done with self-development. And it's probably one of my favorite things about Isagenix is they encourage it. And being able to get through Healthy Mind and Body and then do it again and again has been mind-blowing to me, because I don't feel like that happened to me every time I talk about it now. I have finally let go of stuff that had that. I kept those prison walls around me for a reason, and I don't have to do that anymore. And I told Myron this the other day. It feels like so long ago. I can't even remember how it felt to feel all that weight. I know it hurt. I know I was uncomfortable. The pictures are kind of mind-blowing to me at this point. Don't ever stop with the self-development. I mean, I've never seen a company that, look, I thought I was just drinking some shakes and I was going to lose some weight. I really thought that was it. And the whole system, everything opened up. My husband I've been with this man for 38 years. I've seen him cry twice before Isagenix, and that was when his parents passed, each one separately. Him and I are able to communicate. He cries now. He feels. I mean, we just have such a huge amount of respect for each other now that we didn't even know how to even begin to do before this. So everybody gets to do it. It blows me away that the company didn't just think, let's let them lose weight. Because there's a reason for the weight. There's a reason people don't have energy. You have to get through that part in order to keep it, is what I believe. Without Healthy Mind and Body, I don't know if we would have kept going. I don't know. I know I don't have to find out, because we are here and we're going to keep doing it. It's the most amazing program. I do it over and over and over again, because it's different every time you do it. Rod has been accused of rewriting it. And he laughs and he goes, I didn't rewrite it. I didn't even adjust it. It's the same. But we change. You know, with each pound we lose, with each pound you gain, if that's what you need out of this product, it gives it to you. You know, if you've got to gain weight, if you've got to lose it, if you need, I mean, this is the fountain of youth, you guys. We feel we're over 50. I can't believe the things we're doing. Myron's going to be 60 in October, and we're ziplining across canopies in Costa Rica, and we're going down water slides in the middle of the jungle. And this wasn't even on my bucket list, okay?
Hiking and doing yoga in the Red Rocks. I saw that.
Who does this? You know, I mean, we travel with our good friends in this company, and we all look at each other like, how is this happening? You know, how are we sitting in jacuzzis and telling people about how to be healthy and how to feel great, and then making new friends? It's just an amazing journey. We went to Utah and we hiked Angel's Landing. It's 1,400 feet from ground to top. We met a girl on the bus and she looked at us and she goes, do you think I could do this by myself? And I said, no, come with us. And all six, we took her with us. It turns out she did Isagenix 2 years ago. And she texted me today that she ordered a whole new pack and is starting up again because the 8 of us that she went hiking with inspired her. That to me is magical. You know, she spent an entire day with us and she had so much fun and forgot that she lost that 40 pounds that she had put back on. And she's got it all right in her hand. So you just can't stop. That's why I say there's no there. We're all going to get to a spot and then we're going to go on and we're going to go on and we're just going to keep growing and learning. And where else do you get to grow and learn and fail and get to help and give back? It's amazing. It truly is amazing.
Yeah, I kind of stay on this topic of accountability. You know, you mentioned earlier just what an inspiration Alvie has been, and I see that he's on this call. So Alvie, you're such a blessing to so many people, and I was actually able to you know, say hello and take a photo and meet at the Chicago Super Saturday. And I know that Al Jeanette's on this call too. And, you know, he had a personal message for her son that just meant the world. And I think it's, you know, you've got him. I know that Jeff and Debbie as your, you know, coaches, that I see you guys working out together everywhere that you go. And I saw you guys hiking, and what an amazing group of people too, you know, that you have as far as support, you know, just to keep you going. And, you know, a lot of times when people do get started with Isagenix, we talk about, you know, an accountability partner. And obviously with your husband, with Myron, you know, like, talk about an accountability partner. I mean, you guys, it's hashtag we did it together, you know, on every single thing that you post, which is just incredible. Tell us a little bit about how that helped on your journey, you know, having someone, multiple people, you know, as part of this culture, as part of, you know, obviously, like, you get to share space with your biggest accountability partner every single day, but just, you know, with your team and people like Alvie and, you know, throughout the company they're touchable, they're real people that care about you and that encourage you. Just tell us a little bit about how that's been for you on your journey.
It's a magical thing. I met Alvie at my first NYKO, and like I told you before, I watched him decide he was going to do this. I watched him believe, and this man has got a heart bigger than his body, and he still helps me every day. he keeps me going, and we're all doing accountability together right now. When I got that call, he was the first person I called because he gave me the belief in myself that I can do this. And he never stops. He never stops. The Beebes, the Holdsworths, this whole team Express, they wrapped us up. They wrapped their arms around us, and they've never stopped. Mark and Jennifer Ostrowski challenged Myron and I at our first NYKO to be in the 100-pound club. I didn't even think that was possible. That wasn't even a vision. I couldn't imagine that I could lose 100 pounds. And then next thing you know, it's there. I couldn't do this without Myron and without this team of people have just helped me so much, and they help me every single day. There's Alvie, Jill, Jeff, and Debbie. We're all on a mission right now, and we're holding each other accountable. And we've got a goal to set and do, and we're going to reach it by celebration. And it's exciting. It excites me. It scares the shit out of me. But I know when I get scared nowadays, that fear is taking me somewhere really cool. And being able to go to all these events and being able to watch Alvie do what he's doing and spreading the word of IsaBody and Isagenix, it fuels me. It fuels me every time I hear Alvie speak his story. I've heard it a lot of times, but it fuels my heart and it fuels my belief that what we're all doing is right. We're all doing the right thing, and I'm never letting go of this family, this tree. We're all branches of it, so it just keeps getting fed every day.
We talk about events all the time, especially, I mean, it starts, at the top, and I know with, Jennifer and Team Express, and obviously, Casey Pluff has been just a gigantic mentor and, leader for me since I've only been involved in Isagenix for about a year and a half. And, definitely an accountability partner for sure. But the community aspect of Isagenix, and I know, just again, like the touchability of the leaders in this company is just such a blessing. One of I did a live video today about plateauing, because it seems like, a lot of times, people get started on their journey, and, week 1 goes well. And then, week 2, maybe, is still going pretty good. And then you hit that plateau, and your body is kind of trying to figure things out. First, I wanted to know how long it took you, to lose the weight that you did. Kind of like what's the stretch? Because a lot of people start and stop. And I did this, the same thing. I got started, lost 12 pounds, gained some more, ended up, starting over again. But, how long did it take? And then tell us a little bit about what you ran into. What's your experience with plateaus and, kind of keeping that positive mindset to push you through? And maybe there's, some products. I know that I've seen things advertised like weigh days, that are helpful to kind of push you, through that plateau. But I feel like so much of it is about, stay in the course. And really kind of stick into, why did I get started? Why was this so important in the first place? To get into this healthy body, why do I deserve it? So if you wouldn't mind just kind of, giving us your experience with what you ran into with regard to, kind of plateauing and keeping yourself going. I mean, 100 pounds, there's a lot of people in this group and on this call that have 100 or more, that it just, like you said, and I felt the same thing. It just seems like such an impossible task, but now you're sitting in this place where it's like, we did it. So, but I'm sure that didn't come without some major roadblocks and challenges.
Probably about, I think I hit my 100 pounds by 10 months. Actually hit my 100 pounds before Myron did. And he was the one that was all gung-ho, and I hit that, and being able, even went above it, even after celebration, we walked the stage. That was scary. We walked that stage, and I still wasn't even sure that it happened. I think there were times, believe me, there were months when that scale didn't move. There were weeks when that scale didn't move, and maybe the inches did. But we felt good. And that's what Myron and I, we hung on to that. We felt so good. When we showed up at that first ISA University, we had only lost 20 pounds. We thought we were the bomb. I mean, nobody would have guessed that we had only lost 20 pounds. They probably thought we just signed up. I don't know. Even when we look at the pictures now of us then, we go, God, we were walking around there acting like we knew it all. We felt incredible. And that's what kept us going, is how good we felt. And I've never stuck to anything this long. Never. 2 weeks tops was all I ever did anything. Weight Watchers, any of those things. I felt good. I felt happy and healthy, and I'd never experienced that in my life. I feel better now than I did in my 20s. And we have 4 grandchildren, and we've got 3 daughters. And whenever we felt ourselves doubting ourselves, we remembered why. You got to get a why. You've got to know why you're doing this. No matter if it's for the business, if it's for you or your body, you got to know why you're doing this. And neither one of us got that in the beginning. It took us a while to figure out really, really what our why was. We knew it was for our kids, but that changes. Then we knew we wanted to be here for each other. We both don't have parents anymore. And they were too young, and God, if I had this 15 years ago, things would have probably been different. But we felt so good. And you just have to remember that every single time you doubt and think, screw it, I'm not going to do this, you just got to remember why you started it. And that's what's gotten us through. We don't ever lose track of that.
Yes. Ever. Myron, I would love for you to unmute if you don't mind, and I want to hear your side of the story, your perspective. I mean, you've been through this same journey, side by side, and had your own amazing transformation as well. And tell us a little bit just about what that's been like, with the two of you kind of doing this together, and what you've learned.
Oh, it's been amazing doing this with Laura. We push each other every day, and we do the same things. I mean, we're like attached, literally attached. It's been, I tell you, to watch her blossom to where she is right now. I've always been the one. I've always was playing on stage, and Laura was always taking pictures of me, and and bragging about me in the studios. Now I get to brag about her. She is so, man, the kids, like we had to get healthy. We knew that. We just didn't know how. And there wasn't anything that was going to stop us from getting our kids healthy, because that's our number one goal. Is, we're 50 years old. There's only so much time on earth, but those kids got a long ways to go. And their kids got a long ways to go. And if we could show them how to do this as being role models, there's nothing better.
Awesome.
Our grandkids are, this gets Myron, because our grandkids are everything, and they're making good choices. They drink Hydrate instead of Gatorade now, and they take it to their friends' houses and they tell them why they're not drinking their Gatorade with them. They're 8 years old, and they're telling their friends this. So seeing our little grandkids make up songs about isogenics, oh my God, it's amazing. It is amazing.
What was a blessing was we were in New Jersey, right? And Laura's the one that got me on this vision board stuff, because I would never ever think of doing a vision board. So I came down from the mountain and I started writing, stuff down, Banff and IsaBody and all that stuff, and just started hashtagging Banff, hashtag Banff so much that Banff, the campground, I guess, has a reserve spot there for us or something. But we just, when she got the call, and we were in Georgia, and the 2 grandkids were in the car, that was so magical. I can't tell you how magical that was. It was just watching their face and watching their Mima, they call her Mima, and IsaBody, IsaBody. It was awesome.
Screaming. No, it's been an incredible thing for our whole family, all of our kids, and it's just an amazing journey. We have an Isa grandbaby on the way. It'll be our first Isa baby in December, and I know my daughter's so healthy right now. This was not expected. Pregnancy is a kind of oops, but she had a rough time the first 2 times, and I'm watching a whole different thing go on 10 years later in her. And she's had these products in her body for 2 years almost now, and it just makes my heart feel so good that we gave them something besides the overweight, because I'm their mother. I taught them how to eat. I fed them. So now that I can show my grandkids that's not the way to do it, and then going and seeing them and watch them make better decisions. I mean, Dr. Paul has an incredible video out. These kids were watching it with us, watching it and really getting it. There's nothing better than giving the new generation a chance that we almost thought we didn't have. So it's exciting.
Yeah, going on that IsaBody journey, as I had to commend the younger generation that, wow, we didn't really have this, and all the young kids there, being so healthy and doing it really made our hearts feel so good to know that there's a good future for this country, for the world, basically, because it's bigger than just our kids. It's bigger than just our grandkids. Our mission is to tell everybody about this. They need to know that health is the key to success.
My heart is so full when I get to see Alvie taking care of his kids, and he gets to be there. Myron wasn't there with our kids. So
I do want to leave a little bit of time for people to ask questions, but Alvie, since you're on here and we have you captured for a few minutes, you've been such obviously, you've had such an impact on both Laura and Myron's, journey. And I watch your lives every day. I follow, and you're such a blessing, not only to the company, but to the whole world. The people that are watching you, and you're just so genuine and sincere. If there's anything that you just kind of want to say to the group on this call, or just kind of what it's been like for you to watch, these 2 amazing people go through their journeys, and obviously, you've had your own as well, but just if you have anything that you want to share, I would love to hear it.
Oops. Yeah, how you doing, Chris? Hello, everybody.
Good.
Laura, Myron, I love you guys. I mean, it's 2 years now that I've been able to be blessed by watching your journey. And, the family that we have is unbelievable. I mean, our group, our company, um, it's just a complete blessing. I mean, I can't even fathom not having Isogenics in my life and my family's lives. I mean, my mother's lost 47 pounds. My dad's lost 35. My sister's lost 40. My cousin's 80. My whole family has gotten healthier because of this. My wife is getting this nutrition for our children. It's just a blessing. I mean, and watching Laura and Myron, just conquer their fears and conquer the uphill battle of overweight, just like all of us have in our own sense, our own ways, is just incredible. I have two close friends as well that they are really good friends with, those Strowskis, and Mark's lost 107 as well pounds, and I've been able to watch these amazing people go through the IsaBody journey and just crush it, and it's just been absolutely a blessing in every sense of the word. I'm just very honored to be a part of it, and I just think that everybody on this call just know that we have something so special that's impacting world health, and that's what we're about. So don't be afraid to share it. Be excited about it. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you so much. And all three of you obviously have a lot of experience with, corporate and being part of the 100-pound club, being part of the IsaBody community, and that culture. What do you have to say about, our corporate culture and the support that you've gotten from Isogenics?
Well, you want me to go first here? I mean, I'll tell you, I'll go first. I mean, I can't even explain how amazing our corporate staff is. I mean, I've been very blessed to be, have a one-on-one meeting with Kathy Coover. And I've been, it was not one-on-one. There was, the Pardons were there too. Love Daniel and Tara, they were with me. But I mean, they are so genuine. Our company from the top to bottom are just genuine people with a sincere passion to help others. And they are there for us. I mean, they are there for us. You could call corporate. I don't know if they're open right now. They're probably not. But if you can call corporate during business hours and they will answer, and you can ask for someone and you will get to talk to them. And they will listen to what you have to say. I mean, it is just an amazing company. We have a culture that is second to none, and it starts from corporate down. So we just know we're in good hands. The Cougars are amazing, and Eric's going to take over eventually, and he's going to do amazing as well.
Yeah, the corporate, God, they're amazing. They're amazing. You can go in there on a Friday afternoon and get a tour, and it's our home. I mean, every time we go to Arizona, that's what we do. We make sure we're there on a Friday. We did a cross-country trip last year. We started it with a tour of corporate, and we ended it with a tour of corporate. I haven't met anyone that hasn't treated us like we're all family. And they do. Yeah. They really do. They care. The integrity that this company has, it's not just on the walls. It's in everybody's heart that works there. Because I haven't met one person that doesn't have that integrity and heart in this company. And I know I won't. It's an amazing, amazing place. We're all blessed to have this company.
I agree. I came from a corporate technology background in Chicago. So, and Alvie, I didn't know you were from Chicago until I heard that earlier. Yeah, I'm actually from Ohio. I'm a big Buckeye fan, but I spent 20 years in downtown Chicago in the concrete, and things happen. You get laid off and companies gobble each other up. And when I started using these products, and I lost that weight that was coming back after I'd had, my surgery, and I was going back in the other direction, and was truly just like, this cannot happen. I will not, let myself go back here. And the same, as you, Laura, I saw someone on Facebook posting and I was like, well, I guess I'll try that. And when I found what I found, that was it. And I said, I'm all in. And I never looked back. I said, I don't want to do this corporate America thing another day. I was all in. So, but I had no idea what I would find in Jim and Kathy and, just all of the top leaders of this company, that are just so accessible to us, three-way calls and, anytime you want to chat with someone and get some help, everybody's right there. So it's amazing. We've got about 10 minutes. And so I do want to open it up. If anybody on the phone has a specific question for Laura or Myron or Alvie, if he's going to hang out, go ahead and unmute yourself. If everybody else could just kind of stay muted unless you're the one talking. And I would just, want to give everybody else a chance to ask you guys some questions.
I have a quick question real quick. I love the story. Wow, beautiful. I know I've seen you all on Facebook, but I never met you this close, personal way. How many times did you all tried, I guess, IsaBody? Because I'm in it, I do it, and then, okay. And I came in late to the call, and I remember when I came in, you said, well, it was not for the shirt. It was not anymore for, the I guess the freebies, if you want to call it that way, in a good way. I mean it. But for example, like I myself, I'm in a process right now of healing myself and my body, which I'm very proud and happy on myself because now I'm going to be able to get those weights again. But then you get discouraged, right? Because I'm like, I gotta slow down to move, the tango. So I've done like 3, one that I actually did accomplish. I'm in it again, and I'm into that, like, oh yeah, I gotta go back in there. So I'm just asking, like, your motivation. How was it? Like, you get all those beautiful gifts, but then, for example, myself, I'm like, I can lift weights. I gotta be very mild, and I'm a very hyper, and I love sports. So it's just like, I don't know how. It's weight loss for me right now, but I'm good. I feel amazing, so I can relate to how awesome y'all feel, healthy wise for that goal, for example.
Alvie just told me this. This isn't a weightlifting competition. This isn't what IsaBody's about. IsaBody gave me a platform. I wrote down in my essays, I wrote all this stuff. I got rid of it. They took it and read it. This is way more than a bodybuilding or any kind of that. You have to complete. And that's all we've ever done. Myron and I, we start, we complete, we repeat. And the first 4, the only thing we knew was we were getting $200 in food and a great t-shirt and a certificate. It made us feel good every time we got those. Why wouldn't you? Until we went on this trip with all of these last year's finalists, did we realize how much hard work they all put in, but it was for them. This hard work you're putting in is for you. You're worth it. Just get in there and finish it and keep doing it. Alvie did a few before he got this. We've all keep doing. Don't give up. This company is here and they hear you. They see you and they hear you. And all you have to do is keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up on this. Don't give up on you. Cindy, you have to be, it's not about competing against me or competing against anyone on this screen. This is for you. And I know Alvie feels that way. He did this for him. He set a goal and he did it. And right now, that's where I'm at. Because I watched him. I watched him for 2 years. And yeah, you know what? It may piss you off when you don't get it the first time. It may, but it's going to push you. And you're going to work harder. Because we're all worth this. You know? And what other company in this world keeps giving it back to us? And keeps telling us we're worth it. Because that's what it is. We are all worth fighting for and growing and learning and falling and getting back up and falling and getting back up again. That's what life is. You know? So don't not finish your IsaBody challenges, you guys. Finish it. If you need to get rid of something, write it down. Tell them your story. Tell them how you feel. That's all they ask is an essay in 250 words on how you're feeling. They got a lot more probably than they expected from me because therapy didn't even work. How does IsaBody challenge work? Because I got to write it down. That's something I never did.
I love
So
that.
finish
Thank you.
your challenge, girl.
You know, with
I am.
IsaBody challenge, you pushing yourself to feel better and better day after day, day in, day out. You're pushing yourself. And you see, and believe me, you got to put your pictures out there because like what Laura told me in the beginning, what are you worried about? You're never going to look like that again. Put them out there. So, you know, and it's an accountability and you have so much support. Everybody just wants everybody to achieve. And I love IsaBody. We'll be in IsaBody challenges for the rest of our life. IsaBody for life.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's an amazing family. And God, when I watched in Costa Rica, everybody's got something that they're a little afraid of. And I watched everything we did. There was a girl there more afraid of a horseback ride than going on the zip line. But you know what? We all worked together and we all made it. We all conquered so much there because we had each other. And that's huge. And in this community of Isagenix, I've never seen any place where somebody's got your back and you may not even know who they are or what country they're in. Everybody's got your back. And Myron and I will never stop doing this. I know Alvie won't either because having somebody's back is worth more than any amount of money anybody can give us. Any amount. And I know that everybody on this call feels that way. And if you don't, you need to get Isagenix in you to know what we're talking about because it's way more than a shake. Way more than a shake.
Love it. Amen to that. Well, we're coming up on time and I just can't thank you enough again, not only just for coming on here and hosting this and hopefully you'll do it again and again and again. But also just for, you know, your participation and leadership in this group. It's, you know, I talked a little bit about the vision in the beginning of when I started, you know, with Isagenix, that there were a lot of things that I had to make modifications on with my system, having gone through bariatric surgery. And, you know, I just started to attract, it's how the law of attraction works, right? Like we attract, you know, what we are. So many people that were in this same situation of having, you know, hundreds of pounds to lose and what do I do? And maybe they already did go through, you know, some type of bariatric surgery and said, you know, but now I need to be healthy. And that's why, you know, within 3 years after my surgery, when I had gained half of it back and was going in the other direction, it was just like, there's got to be something that flips that switch in my mind, where I can be focused and get that nutrition, and know that I'm taken care of, like that these products work, and that's going to be the solution. LiveFULLy, the name really came out of my need to fill a void, an emotional void, which happened first with food that landed me, over 100 pounds overweight, and then with alcohol after I'd had my surgery. Just, kind of as we close, I would be really interested to know kind of, on your journey, and as long as it's taken, the plateaus that you've hit, the obstacles that you've hit, what have you found? We've talked a little bit about some of the things that you've found to fill yourself, instead of, bad for you food. And I remember even posting about Arby's fries, these cheese fries that I had, and you were like, remember, 3 bites and walk away. I will never forget that. I was like, oh no, like here I am getting busted out by IsaBody with my fries. But what have you found that has really made a difference in, I know you've talked about your why and your grandkids, but, like for yourself, what has that been for you that you were able to find, through this process and be able to fill instead of kind of comforting yourself with food?
I got Alvie, I got Nikki, I got Myron, I got the BBs, I have so many, the Ostrowskis. I don't need to fill that anymore because I have support and love, and honestly, probably those pictures out everywhere. I don't want to look like that again. I don't want to feel like that again. And I'm not going to. I don't miss anything. I don't miss In-N-Out. I don't miss Tito's tacos. God, I ate that since I was a teenager. I don't miss this stuff because I found ways, healthier ways to get the same things that I thought I was going to miss. And I don't miss any of it. I don't. This feels too good. And that's what you have to do. You have to keep remembering how good you feel on isogenics. And it makes a difference. It really does. I don't feel the need to go out and drink anymore. I'm having a blast. I'd rather put my e-shot in a little club soda and give me a club, and I will go dance all night. I'm going to wake up feeling great the next day. I got friends doing it now. So you know what? It feels too good. Just remember how good you feel. And when somebody calls you and says, thank you so much, I've never felt like this, it's priceless. You just look at people and you want to help now. And that's what we just do. We just keep telling everybody. And I had a trainer tell me, you're going to have to convince me. I said, I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to show you what I did and how good I feel. The rest is up to you. She signed up the next day because I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just here to tell you about the most amazing nutrition on the planet. And the rest, you got to figure it out, So just know that we're all doing the right thing by telling everybody about this. And man, is this world going to be a better place when we're all done? Because it's just going to keep going. Because I know my grandkids are going to be telling people about it, because they are now. When your granddaughter gets in a cab in New York and says, Papa, show them your picture, you know you're doing something right. Okay? Mima, he didn't show the picture yet, is what she said to me. They're watching. All of our babies are watching.
Lord knows you guys are doing something right. That is for sure. But thank you both so much for jumping on here and sharing your story. And it's just so great, you know, to be able to get to know you, you know, better, and for people that see your little square picture on Facebook, to be able to kind of hear firsthand the story. And you know, Alvie had to jump off, but, you know, super grateful that he was able to join the call as well and kind of share you know, some of his experience. But I just don't even know this.
I have to thank you, Chris, because you stepped into an area that's really gray for people with your surgery and all that. And I really am grateful for what you've done with LiveFULLy. And that's why I didn't hesitate to say yes when you called me, because everybody needs help, you know? And I'm really grateful for you, that you put your time and your effort into making this and to helping people know that there's still a way. Even though you've gone through what you've gone through, you found a way. And I'm so grateful that you share this with everybody. And that's why I post in there every day, because I'm really grateful for you. Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we sadly have to end this call, although I can talk to you for another hour. But I'm sure that it would be okay with both of you if everybody on the call reaches out directly if they have other questions about IsaBody or, you know, about your journey. So thank you for that. And so everybody, you know, please feel free to reach out to both Laura and Myron, and thank everybody for joining this call. If you know people, whether or not they're using Isagenix products, it doesn't matter. You know, there are these success stories that we want to share because we just have to share it. We have to get it out. But the support is still there. And mindset is a gigantic part of this journey that, you know, when we started the group, we really wanted to be committed to, you know, 50% at least has to be about personal development, mindset, you know, changing your thoughts, and learning about self-love and compassion and, you know, deservingness. And so if you know someone that, you know, you think would benefit from being in this group, from just, you know, the inspiration every day, from the Zooms that we have, we're going to start, you know, posting more about the products and kind of how to modify systems, you know, according to, you know, some of these specifics that, you know, that we deal with. Please add them to the group, and, you know, don't hesitate to do that, to reach out and add them, because that's what it's here for. This is just, you know, a community of support and love. And I just couldn't be happier with the people that, you know, have been participating so far, that are just so accepting and supportive of one another. So with that, good night to everybody. Happy Thursday night. And Laura and Myron, thank you so much. We love you so much.
Thank you, Chris. And anybody, anytime, we're always here.
All right. Good night, guys.
Thank you, Chris. Love you.